Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So you might remember that last week we announced a book giveaway. The winner of that giveaway is Tony Manning, so congratulations, your book is on its way to you. Because yes, today is the release day of the official second edition of Darkfire. So Darkfire is the third book in the Nightblade Epic, the third book in the world of Underrealm, and the 8th book I ever wrote, period. While it's similar in tone to Nightblade and Mystic, it also starts laying the groundwork and setting the stage for the broader world of Underrealm. It takes the seeds that were planted in Mystic and starts to foster and grow them into something much more, and by the end of the story, it has fundamentally changed the nature of the story of the Nightblade Epic itself. Now that's a very important point. Yes, Darkfire is the third book in the Nightblade Epic, but I've always thought of it in another way as well, that it is the ending of the first trilogy. Every story in Underrealm is structured to come in installments of 3, and going forward into the future, every series will be published 3 books at a time, or 3 books in a very short release period. And Darkfire, being the end of the first trilogy, is the first time we see why I decided to build the world that way. Like, Nightblade and Mystic are definitely one type of story, but by the time Darkfire ends, we see why that type of story can't necessarily continue in the series, and things have fundamentally changed. Things have changed in Lauren's life and the world of Underrealm so that she can no longer continue to be the happy-go-lucky wannabe thief running from one mortal danger to the next. And on that note, the primary theme that Darkfire deals with is the acceptance of purpose and responsibility, which is something I have sometimes struggled with. When I first left high school, and then again when my wife and I had our first child, I had these grand ideas of what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't want to become a master thief, but I had similarly highfalutin ideas of a life full of mystery and adventure and wonder. And I still love those things, and I still want those things, but at some point, the real world and experiencing the lives of other people made me realize that I wanted these things without a purpose. I knew what I wanted to do, yes, and I knew what I enjoyed, but it was easy for me to give up on a given course of action because I didn't have a strong enough why to keep me in the game. If we don't have strong enough personal stakes for an activity that we're engaged in, then if that activity becomes hard, it's easy for us to give up and look for something else to catch our attention. And in the first 2 books, Lauren just kind of flits from one thing to the next. She's a little bit directionless, and it shows, much to the annoyance of many people around her. And it's not until the final pages of Darkfire that Lauren realizes there are things in life that are more important than grand tales being told about a master thief in a black cloak. That's when she really comes into her own as a person of ordinary ability but extraordinary courage and moral grounding, and starts to use that for a higher purpose than herself. And by the end of this trilogy, the personal changes she has gone through and the things that she has learned about not only herself but the world have set her on a course that promises the epic adventure that was what she wanted in the first place. So yeah, the second edition of Darkfire is available now on Amazon, and there's a link in the description where you can go and pick it up. You can get it in Kindle or paperback or hardcover, depending on how quickly you act. Hardcovers might be backordered. We hit some snags in the production of the hardcover. Stupid thing, mostly my fault. If it's not available right now, it will be very, very shortly. Darkfire was almost the last thing that took me from struggling writer to full-time author, but not quite the last thing. There was one more big, like very, very big thing that happened that pushed me over the edge, and that is the next thing that we're releasing. You can expect to see that 1 week from today. I'm going to show it to you in detail, explain a little bit about what's in it. It's pretty awesome. You're gonna like it, I think. Until then, enjoy Darkfire. The second edition is gorgeous. This cover is my favorite of the new covers that's released so far, although there is another one coming up soon that just, woo, spaloosh. But that is all I have for you today, Rebel. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe check out another video from the channel or my Patreon right down there, and otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Bye!